Welcome back to Phoenix Radio, brought to you by Giovannino, JF Navarra and Co, Tony Murphy and the team at Merck Capital, S&J Candles in Balmain, and of course Visidior Hotel located at 1 Columbia Court, Walkham Hills. Hello.
Hello.
Episode 14.
Hi, Katrina.
Hello, John.
We're missing Celeste today, and we're missing Jessica. We probably have her back on the show next week.
Yeah,
she
that was
really
good.
Very insightful about that wedding that she did. And she's very, very elegant. And what she came up with the wedding theme was? It was
the Tuscan.
Refined elegance.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, so I thought
that was really nice.
Yeah.
But it was nice to like deep dive into someone that's planned their wedding and go through all the themes and everything. So that was good.
And the way she articulated the fact that she wasn't a bridezilla, but it sounded like she was.
Yeah, I know, but she was like in control of absolutely everything.
Yeah, she was in control of everything. Apparently, her husband was allowed to choose the food. And even then she had control
and her
over
hairstyle.
That.
Don't forget the
And
hairstyle.
Yeah,
but that's
she
it.
look beautiful for him. Talking about beauty on the wedding day, I'm actually really excited. We have a beautiful young lady over here, and a lady of quality, Monica.
Hello.
Monica's is my personal trainer. She trains me at Live Well
Health and Fitness in Bondi Junction.
Oh, it's so nice to have you.
And there's another
Happy
one
to be here.
And there's another one in Cogra too, am I correct?
Yes.
And I'll just say he's my godson, Matthew Mazzafaro, owns the actual gym itself. And I have the privilege of one day coming to this really good gym. I'll get to that in a moment. And I saw this beautiful young lady and she goes, "I'm here to train you." So I sucked my gut in. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I can do anything you want me to do.
She was
like,
looking at you like, I know you're sucking it in.
And I'm like almost fainting after 5 minutes. No, but she was very good. No, she works with a lot of what I find in the gym itself. She works with all age groups, especially a lot of older ladies, and she's just such a caring person.
That's so motivating.
And she does. And it's really nice to see, I think there was one lady, she was close to about 78 years of age. One of them, well, she looked 78, I shouldn't say that. But, and she was very good with her. She was very compassionate, but she was actually motivated to do that little bit more, which is, it's so important. The reason why I invited Monica to the show, because I think something when it comes to weddings is so important. It's that same resolution we have for New Year's.
Well, looking good and feeling good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a massive one.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been living in Bondi for a few months now and loving it. I've been PTing for about 2 years and loving that too. And over those 2 years, I've worked with all sorts of clients with many different goals. So where I'm at now at Live Well Health and Fitness, we do work a lot more with the older generations, but we do have the odd person who will come in with a bit more of an interesting goal. So maybe they want to look good for an event coming up, so that might be a wedding, or, working on their diet as well, which we do work a little bit with the diet too, but it is more the physical fitness side of things. So, yeah, it's been a wild ride, but it's been good so far.
What's interesting about the gym, it's not your typical gym with you have all this machinery out there. Can you explain what type of gym it is?
It's a boutique gym, so it's personal training only, so it's not like your Fitness First, Virgin Active, where you can just have a membership.
Oh, that's cool. So it's really like personalized.
Yeah, so if you're a member at the gym, you are there because you have a personal trainer and because you are getting PT.
That's really good, because then it caters to what, well, obviously the client wants. So, for example, if someone wanted to look good on their wedding day or just had those specific requirements for their dietaries and physical, like, you can just cater to them.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea, and it's really great for building a community too, because you don't have people coming in and out with their headphones on and just kind of training and leaving. Everyone knows everyone, so it's like a little family.
That's like a community. I love that.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
And it's not pretentious over there. Like we're just on the mats, it's interesting even if ladies and men on the ground doing squats or rolling over. But what's interesting, when I speak to anybody at the gym, Toby or Elia or Matthew and Monica, even Max, everyone, they're almost, you think they're physicians. They actually understand everything about the human body. What are your strengths? They understand the spines, all the ligaments, different muscle masses throughout the body. I don't know, I hope I'm pronouncing this properly. So they know how to work with the person's constraints, but pushing that a little bit further every single time. And I've seen a massive improvement myself. And the only mistake I do, I walk out and buy a loaf of bread and some cheese, kilo cheese. So I've got to stop doing that.
I like how you mentioned about the community thing because I know some people feel really intimidated going into a gym and like not knowing what to do. So the fact that they have a mentor there like yourself is really nice and comforting. I think that's great.
But also, this is the reason why I invited Monica to the show, because you find there's a lot of older women there, mature ladies in there, and you can tell they're on a quest. Maybe if I asked them, they said, "Why are you doing this?" They'd probably be saying, "Look, I have my granddaughter's wedding coming up, and I just want to look nice in a beautiful dress for my granddaughter, and hope she feels proud of me." Even parents, a lot of older mothers, I think this is it's an idea. This is how I came up with the idea of asking Monica to come on the show, and she kindly agreed. And
well, on that topic, it's really good to have you on here because then we can get so many tips from you. And I think the first one I want to kind of start off with is basically if someone more senior came in, like John said, what would be your tips on them looking good and just feeling good for like a specific event or just in overall life?
Overall life, I'd say building muscle, strength training, which is generally what we specialize in with all our gym equipment. Obviously, we get people lifting weights, and especially for women, I find it can be quite intimidating. So that's why the one-on-one PT can be a great option as opposed to going into a gym and figuring out, okay, what the hell do I do now?
Yeah.
And it's not that expensive. It's not expensive when you think about it. What they charge, and that's something for them to look up to. But when you think about it, by just changing your budget, people can afford to actually go there to have that one-on-one training. And the type of equipment that you have there, you've got basically boxes and balls, and Monica teaches us how to pick these things up in a certain way, so you don't actually have to use proper machinery or these dead weights. It's more of an isometric style of exercising, is it? Or is that the right terminology?
Depends on the person. Honestly, and what their goals are. Like I've had a guy who was training for a triathlon.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So obviously his training is going to be a lot more specific as opposed to someone who just wants to get strong and has never stepped foot in a gym before. So depends on your activity level, any injuries that you have or may have had in the past, any pains that you have, your current fitness level, your experience in the gym and with exercise. So there's a lot of variables that go into it, but generally the goal is get people lifting weights.
If I may interrupt a bit, being in the wedding industry all my life, one thing I've noticed, you see a lot of these beautiful young ladies, they come in and then, they go on that quest to lose weight. So you actually go for that, 9-10 months where you see them getting thinner and thinner. However, I find it sad that on the wedding day you see them, sometimes they look a little bit too tired and too withdrawn, and that beautiful dress they're wearing, it doesn't for some reason, it just doesn't seem to gel. And I think it's because a lot of them just focus too much on trying to become skinny, where they lose that muscle mass, that the dress doesn't really look as good as it's supposed to.
It's not filling nicely into the dress.
Like the dress is wearing them.
Yeah.
You're wearing them, and then, this is a girl thing. Can you take over, please? Sorry.
So what would you any tips on like building muscle for brides to be, or even like just guests that are going to an event? You talk about muscle mass. How can we build muscle mass, and what's the nutrients that we need to incorporate in our
muscle definition?
Yeah.
Yes. So building muscle, obviously you need to be lifting weights for that. But you need to be properly fueled as well. So if you're under eating, that's generally why you get to that wedding day and, they're looking really tired, a bit gaunt even, because they haven't been fueling themselves properly and possibly over-exercising, I'm sure you see in some cases. Making sure you get adequate amounts of protein to help you build that muscle. And even in a calorie deficit, I know it's a bit of a buzz term right now, calorie deficit, but that is how you lose weight. As long as you're eating less energy than you're expending, then you will lose weight. But if you have adequate amounts of protein, you'll be making sure that you're losing body fat as opposed to muscle. So that's why protein
So
is very
basically,
important.
grains are out of the. It's more about protein. Am I correct? Are you referring to protein bars? Or you mean just protein?
Protein in
Whether
general.
it's
Chicken.
from a bar, chicken, eggs, lean meats, fish, nuts and seeds, which do have protein. However, just be careful with the snacking of those, because I've seen this a lot with women. Is, I guess, nuts and seeds, we're always told that's a healthy, high protein snack. There is a lot of fat in nuts and seeds, which it's all very good for you, but keep in mind it will be higher in calories and it can sneak up on you if you don't track your food, if you've never tracked food before. That's one thing I'd look into if, you think, oh, I eat really healthy, I only snack on nuts and seeds,
yeah.
but I can't lose weight. Look
Well,
into how much you're having, weigh it out, and just Google how many calories in X amount of almonds, for
Yeah.
example. It's probably more than you think, which they're still good for you. However, just keep that in
moderation.
Because I've
yeah.
seen that so many times.
Do you have any like apps that you could like maybe recommend? Because obviously keeping calories, I think it's quite hard because, every day is different. And I know some people are really good with like, packing their meals like on a Sunday for the whole week. Like,
I can't do that.
I can't do that either.
No, I'd be so sad because I love to cook. So that just kind of sucks the joy out of food in general for me. But yeah, MyFitnessPal is probably
The best one.
probably the most popular one. You'll have a lot of foods, like takeaway foods even already entered in there.
Oh, that's cool. So like even if you're ordering out, for example, then you can
Yeah,
just put...
like at a chain, for example, like McDonald's, it's probably in there already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really good. That's actually interesting because like I said, it's hard to maintain your calories.
So go back to the McDonald's thing again. What do you mean by that? Sorry, you threw me off.
So
a bit.
MyFitnessPal, the app that you can track your calories and your food in, they'll have, the thing with it is anyone can enter foods into MyFitnessPal. So just make sure you're getting one that's accurate. So people will enter the McDonald's, the calories and macros for like a Big Mac or something. And so you can just search it in there and it'll come up.
Okay, wow. Now with what I do, I love my wife Joanne, and it's something romantic I like to do. I like to prepare a food for work the next day, and I find it's amazing. It only takes about half an hour, and that's collecting everything, going to the supermarket. If you really calculate everything and cut everything up and prepare it, and I create these takeaway boxes for her. And I love making these. It's at the moment it's summer. It's a bit warm, so I'm making these really lovely salads. So I have some leftover lamb.
Oh, nice.
Actually, some plums.
Love lamb.
I actually peeled the plums. Peeled some kiwi fruit, red butter lettuce, and also lemon juice, which I love. I think ladies do need lemon juice in their diet. Lemon juice is so important. Salt and pepper, and a touch of olive oil. And what I did, I prepared the night before. This morning I just got up early. I just dressed it up with a bit of olive oil and lemon juice and pepper, tossed it up, and I put a bit of avocado in there, which, buy the small avocados, a lot less expensive compared to the
bigger
large ones. Yeah. And it was, it only cost $1.20. That whole meal, $1.20. And it didn't take me that long to clean up afterwards. Or obviously my wife's going to clean up better than I do. But the fact that I prepared it and it's there ready for her. And sometimes I buy these big, large Kalamata olives from whatever supermarket, put a cup on top.
I love olives.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm getting at, I think would you classify that as a sort of a fat burner protein sort of, or how would you classify that, what I just made?
What you just made sounds like a delicious salad with lots of micronutrients in there. You've got protein in the lamb, you've got healthy fats with the avocado, you've got lots of fibre in the vegetables. So it sounds like a really great balanced meal.
And I put iodized salt in. I don't use pink salt. I've read something about the nutrients in iodine.
Yeah, different salts have kind of different little things that they do, but generally salt isn't important.
And I've noticed that she's actually slimmed down. She doesn't realise she's actually slimmed down, and she's in proportion. She hasn't. It's not a. What do you call it? Skinny fat? I never heard.
Skinny fat.
Yeah,
it's not a skinny fat. Yeah. She's shaped up so nicely, and she looks really good. I just didn't realise by her just having these salads every day. And she's telling me that the salads don't. She's not peckish afterwards. She's actually enjoying them. As long as I change them, I turn them. Like tomorrow, I'm going to make one with turkey breast. Make turkey breast. I'm going to use that instead tomorrow. And coming up to the winter, I'm going to do other flavours in there. But but she said that she doesn't have that craving for sweets afterwards, and she's actually quite content.
See,
till dinner
I
time.
want to stop you there because, like, it's interesting that you say craving for sweets. Is there anything that you would probably promote if someone's craving for sugar?
Oh, I'm the perfect person to ask because I love sugar.
So do I.
It's a bit of a problem. Yeah. So I would start off with, before you get to that point of, craving something sweet after dinner, have a look at what are you actually eating for dinner. So the reason she quite possibly doesn't feel that need for something sweet afterwards is because it's got adequate amounts of protein and fats in it. So that's going to keep you fuller for longer, and you'll actually feel satiated as well. So
That's good. Listen, we're just about to run out of time. We're going to ask you to stay for our next show because
good.
it's actually
It's been really interesting.
It's really interesting so far. Would you like to take it away?
Of course. So we'll thank you, Monica. We're excited
for
to have
having
you
me.
in the next episode. But this radio has been brought to you by Giovannino, JF Navarra, Tony Murphy and Merck Capital, S&J Candles and Visidio Hotels. Thank you.
At where? What's the location?
Oh, sorry, 1 Columbia Court, Borkham Hills.
Because we need the money. We need business, okay? We need people to come to us. And would you like to quickly promote your social media, or that's not ready yet?
Well, I do have an Instagram account for my recipes. I love developing recipes, photographing them.
tell
So
us.
that is just called Monica's Recipes. That is Monica with a K.
And name of the gym that you...
And I work at Live Well Health and Fitness in Bondi Junction.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's a wrap for today. And
Thanks again.
please stay around for the next show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Bye.